Now, staying on security, but this time within Nigeria, suspected header militiamen have again struck the Barkin Ladi Heipang community, this time killing 21 people in a midnight raid. Some selected communities in Plateau State, which include Mangu, Riom, and Barkin Ladi council areas, have suffered a series of attacks and killings that have caused the deaths of about 700 people from April to date. A correspondent in Plateau State, Funam Joshua, was at the scene of the attack and now reports.
Residents here in Heipang community have again woken up to a sad experience: the gruesome murder of 21 members of the community by gunmen suspected to be header militiamen. 5 members of one family were wiped out, along with 3 members of another family, in this midnight attack. Locals in the area and community leaders told TVC News that there was intelligence that the attack will occur a few days ago.
It's quite unfortunate that this attack lasted for close to 30 minutes, but there wasn't any intervention until when vigilante members of this community tried to repel the attackers. They were facing the attackers, and all of a sudden, the security came in.
I'm urging all the youths all over, please, that are listening to me. You have the right of living. You have the right of living. You have the right of living. Rise up for self-defense. Self-defense is the only solution for our survival.
The president of the Birom Youth Molders Association faults the security operatives for not taking proactive measures on the intelligence gathered to repel the attacks, despite having knowledge of the situation.
It is very unbelievable and quite devastating. How did Colonel Abdusalam, MD Abdusalam, tackle the security situation in Barkin Ladi local government that they have never been coordinated attack for over 2 years? But upon the assumption of office by the present commander, Barkin Ladi has come to theater of attacks, pogrom, genocide, and all sorts of atrocities without anybody saying anything.
The power of Jesus, it will never go in vain.
The authorities must intensify efforts to find a workable solution to this recurring invasion across communities in Plateau State and other affected areas in the country. Funam Joshua, TVC News, Heipang.
I am being joined on the news by Executive Director, Global Peace and Life Rescue Initiative, Melvin Eje, to discuss Plateau insecurity and attack on Barkin Ladi. Good to have you join us.
Good evening, thank you. Good evening, Nigerians.
So for the upteen time, Plateau State, especially this year, Plateau State is on the news for a series of attacks. What exactly happened this time?
It's very sad that we are going back to this cycle of violence, even though the security agents, I must say, they are doing their very best. We have to stop whipping emotions and stop blaming the people who shouldn't be blamed. Let's begin to blame the real issues, which are criminality, terrorism, and banditry. I don't think the security agents should be taking this blame, because just like one of the callers spoke, they actually got intelligence. But one thing we must know is that these security agencies are human beings. They are not magicians, and they cannot be everywhere at every given time. They got intelligence truly, and they made deployment to some certain locations where they were told these people were going to come through. But unfortunately, these people also have insiders, maybe probably within the communities, or they have insiders within the community. So they came through other places and used guerrilla attack to attack these communities. The vigilante group in the community were liaising with the Operation Safe Haven at the time of the intelligence. All of a sudden, these guys came through another side that was never predicted to attack the community. But Heipang, Barkin Ladi local government is a very vast land where the entire staff personnel of STF cannot cover at a point. We have to get this thing very, 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 very clear. They are human beings, they are not magicians, and they can't be everywhere.
Just a minute, Mr. AJ, this is not the first time we're hearing that complaint. Just recently, we saw that protest by women in Plateau as well, complaining about the response of security agencies. What exactly is the problem? Where are the gaps?
The problem is actually the failure of cooperation between the community and the members of Operation Safe Haven. There is no trust. Trust has been lost. And until you begin to share intelligence with these people, they can't do otherwise. For instance, if you know Plateau very well, if you know Heipang where this thing happened, it's not a land where 500 soldiers can cover at a time. It's not a land where 1,000 policemen can cover at a time. For crying out loud, let's get this very clear. I think we need to begin to deploy the use of technology. Cameras that can see people from as far as 60 to 70 kilometers. That's what we need now to police, to secure the entire land. These are hilly ground. These are very vast land. And the security agencies, with due respect, responded within 20 minutes of these attacks. They responded appropriately. They responded and they mounted everywhere they were told by their local informer that these people were coming through. But these guys followed through another place. What could they have done? I'm not trying to justify it. And let me tell you one of the tactics they used. When they came, they didn't shoot one bullet at a point. They were going to people's houses, pulling them out of their houses, and were macheting them because they knew that the security agency were in another place. If they shoot gun, the security agency would have known. It was when they were about leaving that they started using gunshots. So these are people that are prepared to attack a community. They have all the routes prepared in their map to attack a community. The security agencies cannot do much because what is the strength of the Operation Safe Haven, for crying out loud? These attackers are so barbaric. If you look at the victims, if you look at how terrible they marched, very young children, you weep for this country.
It's just therefore means, Mr. AJ, that a lot now has to be done to ensure that that gap between locals and the security is bridged. Thank you so much for talking to us. The Executive Director, Global Peace and Life Rescue Initiative, Melvin AJ.